Could you speak to a little bit of what you were seeing for the venture financing environment in 2025? Like, what was your takeaway from what you saw?
So thanks for having me on this panel first off. But I think the biggest thing I saw from 2025 is the continual recovery from sort of the post crash of like 2023. And where it was very difficult to actually get a financing round done. A lot of activity had subsided over the COVID period, really culminating, I guess, probably beginning of 2022. We saw things start to go downwards, and then 2023 was probably one of the lower years. Then 2024 we saw beginning recovery, where it continued in 2025. But I think 2025 was interesting, especially in the Canadian market, for the mega deals that occurred. And the mega deals that were announced over that period. So, you had some very large financing transactions that really dominated a lot of the activity. There is still a robust level of activity at the early stage, but I'd say the middle stage, more so the Series A financings, like the traditional ones we're seeing in, I'd say, the more traditional tech space, so like software, AI type companies, was, I'd say, lacking a bit as compared to the COVID period. So it was more of a barbell in terms of we saw a lot at the really early stage and a lot at the late stage, but the middle stages were, I'd say, less active. And I'd say there's been definitely a trend to flight away from the more traditional SaaS companies, and this is reflected in conversations with the media, of course, to much more AI. And then, of course, you've seen in the market with the return of the DSPAC transaction, particularly in the quantum sector, which has become a hot sector. And one of our clients ultimately, Xanadu, went through that process as well, and it's a public company now. But I think those are sort of the main trends I saw over the last year. Is that unless you've got something AI, native AI, it's going to be difficult for you to finance the company. A lot of consumer companies are having real troubles getting financed, and then it's at the two ends of the spectrum, right? Early or late.